Good morning, students. For 7th standard, today we are going to see the prose part in Unit 2. So, your prose part is The Last Stone Carver. The prose part is The Last Stone Carver. This particular part was written by the author Sigrun Srivastav. Sigrun Srivastav. So let's see a small introduction about the author. Sigrun Srivastav is an Indian author of German origin. She is a multifaceted artist. She is a writer. She is a sculptor and an illustrator. As a writer, she has written over 25 books for children of all ages. Okay, so this is the small introduction about the author. Now let's move on to the prose part. So in this prose part, they have given three different sections and we will see each section. So now we will start with the section 1. So in your section 1, they are describing about a young man. His name is Gopal and his father is a stone carver and a servant. That particular servant was working for around 2 years under the old man. Now let us start the story. So the young man flung the hammer and the chisel to the ground and cried. So now the young man wanted to talk to his father, who is an old man. So now what he is doing is flinging the hammer and the chisel. So we all know flung means to throw very forcefully, throwing the things very forcefully. That is, he is throwing the hammer and the chisel. Hammer means in Tamil we call it as sutti, and also the chisel. Chisel means it is a long blade, that is, it is a hand tool used to cut or shape the wood. Okay, so he is throwing both the hammer and the chisel, and he is telling he is leaving. I am leaving, father. So he wanted to leave that place. I am going to leave this work also. See what this work has brought for us. So he is very fed up with this work and he is telling to his father. Now he is spreading out his arms and glanced indifferently. Okay, and he was sitting in a small congested workroom. So he was waking up from the bed and he was sitting in a congested room. Congested means the place where it is overcrowded, or the place is very small where it is not comfortable. So the walls, if you see around the room, it was stained by many monsoons. Stained means some mark had been there in that walls that cannot be removed, that has been occurred during the winter season. Monsoon means during the winter season. So the windows also, if you open the curtains, there is a small tiny backyard. So backyard is nothing but a small back garden. So they are telling, after these years we don't have anything. So what kind of work we are doing? Like that, the young man is asking his father. Now the old man, he is staring at his son in surprise. Staring means looking continuously uh, towards his son. So his voice also got trembled. Trembled means the voice shake involuntarily. That is, the voice is very shaking. He didn't lose his gentleness, but there is a small gentleness when he was talking. So his father is telling, money is not going to matter anything, my dear son. It is the service or service to God. So now he is telling, whatever the work we are doing, it is the service to God. Now the young man is telling, father, he grunted impatiently. Grunted means with a low sound and with without the patience is telling times have changed. So now the time has been changing. The stone carver work also is changing, and we cannot only build the sculptures for temples. So sculptures means it is 2D or 3D images that has been made out using the rocks for the temples. So that sculptures with by doing the sculptures alone we cannot live. Like that he is telling to his father. So you have to produce something very big. So what others are doing in Agra. So you have to wake up, father. So you have to come along with me to Agra. Like that he is telling to his father now. Now his father, telling that lines around the man's mouth tightened, so his mouth got stuck and he was not able to speak. No, my dear son, see, this particular work, that is stone carving work, was done by me and also my father. So this is a traditional job. So we are doing it of 100 of years. So you have to continue this work. Now the young man is telling, no, father, I am not going to continue it. I am very tired of working for pittance for the committee of the temple in Srinagar. So they are doing the sculpture work for the temple. So they are working for a pittance. Pittance means very less amount of money. That is inadequate amount of money, which is not very sufficient. So the young man, now he is moving very angrily out of the room. He left his father also. His father was crouching. That is, he was sitting on heels. Okay, so he was sitting and he was doing his work in front of half finished marble statue. So with his heel, he is sitting down and he is creating a marble statue. So he dropped his hands into his lap and closed his eyes. So he started, when his son left him, he started to cry. That is, now he is praying that, now he is praying and he is telling his son a great goodbye. So his son also started to move out. Now, a small boy, his name is Salim. So he is calling Master G, the servant boy he is, and he is coming inside the room with the inside the workshop with barefooted. Barefooted means without any slippers. So he took a glass of steaming tea. So he was having tea for his master. So Master G is the old man, and now a new servant. That servant boy name is Salim. So he asked once more, his voice filled with concern. So he is asking, Master G, have some tea. The old man, he saw him. So his face was ashen. Ashen means it was very pale and it was with full of fear because his son has left him with the half work. So the old man's face was very tired. He called the boy to come closer and motioned him to sit down. So motioned means command with the movement of head or hand. So he is telling with the action to come and sit near him. So he said, Salim, I will be the last stone carver here. So because his son has left him, he is telling to Salim that I will be the last stone carver. All the others will be going to Agra, and there they will sell all the cheap things like candle stands, paperweights, ashtrays, etc. So they will make the money. But the betray of our skill, that is, betray means unintentionally to reveal, okay, without any intention to reveal their skill, their old tradition. That is, they are not revealing their interest towards the sculpture. They just wanted to make money. Now Gopal also, that is, Gopal is his son, he also went there. So I am going to complete this sculpture job, and with the help of the God, I will do it. Like that he is telling to that servant boy. Now the servant boy is telling, you will complete it, Master G, you will make many more. Like that he is giving some some encouragement to his master. Now the old man look at the orphan boy. So orphan boy is the boy who don't have their parents. So he came to the work for him 5 years before, and his skin were drenched. So drenched means it is getting wet, and also his dresses in tatters. Tatters means irregular piece of cloth he was wearing. And when he was coming to his master, so he was begging for shelter, that is he want to stay somewhere else. So he was coming to this master during the monsoon storm, that is during the winter season, during the windy time. This particular servant boy is coming to the old man to seek the help, and he was staying in their house as a servant boy. Now he has grown very tall, he became very strong, and the old man knew that Salim also will leave him one day. So he thought, as his son left him, he thought Salim also will leave him one day. So he shook his head. My strength is waning. Waning means smaller part of visible surface, that is shaking his head is getting reduced. So he is telling, I can't work with the chisel like I used to. Carving also is nowadays taking time. So he is straightened up and also with the fresh determination. So determination means a complete strength or firmness to do something. So now the old man is telling, I am going to finish this work. Surely I will complete it. So again the small boy is telling, yes, master, you drink the tea please, and surely you will complete your work. So now he is telling, it will do you good. Then he added that I have to go to the market. So now that boy wanted to go to the market to prepare for dinner, and the old man also nodded his head. Nodded means he is shaking the head. So for whatever the small boy is telling to him, the old man sighed and picked up the chisel and hammer. Sighed means putting a deep breath, expressing his sadness. He took the chisel and hammer, and again what he did is he had a little happiness and confidence, and because he loved his work, he started to complete that particular sculpture whatever he has started. So this is the section 1, and now we will move on to the section 2. Okay, so in section 2, what is going on is days and weeks went through. So days and weeks are running like anything. So it became 6 months where Gopal had left. So it was a month when Gopal had left. The old man was working very tirelessly, and what happened? The stone was very strong, and that particular old man was creating the straight shoulders for Krishna. So that sculpture is nothing but it is the sculpture of Krishna, and is curved. So he is designing that sculpture. It is having his soft curved hips and also pointed fingers holding a flute. So the Krishna will be having a flute in his hand. So he was doing that stone carving work. So his serene face eternally beautiful. So serene face is nothing but a calm face. It was very beautiful. The old man could see it in the stone, and he was able to feel it because he was really interested towards the work. He only had to set it free with the chisel. Now he felt very hunger, and also he did not feel any thirst also. So he had that strong desire to complete the sculpture in time. So he had a biggest piece of work. So that was his last work. So he wanted to do it in a complete manner. So when the work was going on, his chisel struck the stone again and again, and when the days passed by, the old man felt his strength ebb. Ebb means getting very tired, getting more and more tired. So his shoulders started to ache, and also his arms were very heavy, and also his vision means whatever he see, it became very blurred means very unclear. So, to overcome his fear, he sank to the knees and prayed. So, he was praying and he was doing the work. At that time, the small boy Salim he called Master Ji, you have not touched any food, so you have little rice and vegetables. Why you had only glass of milk for breakfast? You like only the curd, so that alone you had. You can take your rice and vegetables also. The old man, he looked upon that small boy, okay, and he was telling that I will not be able to finish. If Gopal is here, I would have completed this stone carving. So I am little worried about this carving. So he is telling that finer details and all are there. So that finer details means the touching area for the sculpture. So that part and all Gopal will be doing if Gopal is here. But Gopal, his son, left him and went. So he was thinking and he was doing the work. He felt very silent, and the features and hands that gave him the trouble. So that features, that external features, that finer details, and also the hands and all was not coming correctly for him. So, and he felt that something was missing in that figure that cannot be identified. So now Salim was inside that particular room where the old man is doing that sculpture work. Now he is telling it should come from deep inside you. And he pointed that deep inside as his heart. So now the small boy Salim is telling, so you're telling that some finer details you're missing, that finer details should come from the heart. So, and he touched his chest and he told him that it should come from your heart. The old man looked at the boy very surprisingly, because that small boy is giving advice to the old man. He saw him blush and turn his face away. Blush means showing the sign shyness, and he turned away. So now the old man is telling, you are right, Salim, you are right. He is telling whatever you said was correct. And then added to that, he told, suddenly he had that bitterness. Bitterness means without the likingness. He told, if you also don't like to live along with me, you also go to Agra and you also sell few products, and you can go for abroad also, and you can earn many money. Like that, the old man, he coughed very painfully and he told everything to that small boy in an angry manner, because that small boy advised the old man, telling that the final details should come from art. So now, after hearing these words also, now the small boy is telling, you have to eat, Master Ji, eat. Everything will be all right. Like that he is telling. After he had eaten, the old man once again took again his hammer and chisel. So he worked the whole night fully. After hours passed, in the early morning, the chisel frame fell from his hand. So he felt very sleepy, and he started to leave his chisel and the hammer, and it dropped to the ground because he was not able to control the sleep. So his body also got sagged. Sagged means it got sink. Sink means it is not able to do more work. It is getting more and more tired, and he falling forward limply. Limply means without any support is going to fall down. So his forehead means the front part of the head, started to struck Krishna's flute, because he was creating the flute for Krishna. That is, he was drawing the Krishna's sculpture. So he started to dash towards the Krishna's flute, and he slid down. Slid down means move little smoothly, down the statue to rest on the pedestal. Pedestal means the base or the support that has been given for the statue which has been mounted. So he started to fell on that particular pedestal. Now also he is telling, "Hi Ram," he muttered. Okay, now the old man is praying, and he's telling that muttering means saying something in lower voice, and sank into a comfortable darkness, which means he started to sleep. When he was opening his eyes, he found himself lying on the cot in his bedroom, covered by a light cotton blanket. So he fell asleep, and when he woke up, he saw he was sleeping in a bed in his bedroom, and also a small cotton cloth has been covered over him. Now see what happened in section 3. Okay, in section 3 what is happening is, from the workshop, that is, the workshop is the place where the sculpture work is going on. So from the workshop, the old man who was sleeping on the cot was able to listen to the chipping sound of the sizzle. Chipping sound means the sound that has been heard from the workshop. Okay, so he listened, and his ears deceived him. Deceived means to believe something that is not true. That is, he thought that his ears is hearing something which is not true. Now again he was able to hear the sound of the chisel and the strong blow of the hammer on top of the chisel. Now the hammer is also started to blow on the chisel. So he was able to hear it very clearly, and he was very surprised to hear the sound from the workshop. Now he is thinking, Gopal, he was back. He thought his son Gopal, who left him, has returned back. So he thought that he would be coming for helping him. They both will finish the statue. He stumbled to his feet, crossed the small room, and reached the door. Stumbled means lost balance, because hearing the sound, he lost his balance on his feet, and he crossed the small room, and he reached the door of the workshop. Now he is trying to call Gopal. So he was about to shout from the mouth. The words started to froze. Froze means the words got stopped. No, he wanted to cry out. So he wanted to shout that stop the work. But he was not able to move also. That shocking as immobilized him. Immobilized means stopped from moving. So that whatever the thing he is seeing now made him to made him to stop moving from that particular place. He stood staring at the back of the young stone carver working on the face of the statue. So he was very stunned, or he started to look very continuously at the back of a young person. So that particular young person was doing the stone carving work, and he was doing the work with the face of the statue. So the face means exactly the eyebrows. That is the pair of eyes. So we all know that eyes are the difficult place where the artist have to draw it very realistic. Okay, so he was very stunned to see that the small boy was doing the work, sculpture work, with the eyes. But it was not very easy to sitting cross-legged before the biggest statue he had ever carved. So he was nothing but the Salim, the servant, that is the small boy who was working, who was cooking for the old man. That boy was sitting before the statue, and he was having the chisel and the hammer in his hand for carving the stones and making small changes in the statue. So the old man watched stunned. Stunned means with a great shock. He was watching the boy. The first wave of shock, fear, and anger passed, giving him the feeling of great relief and happiness. So, first, the old man felt very happy and he got a relief that this statue work will be over. Hi Ram, the old man whispered, Hey Ram, and tottered over to the boy. So he is praising Ram for giving such a boy for helping him and tottered over. Tottered over means moved in an unsteady way. So, in an unsteadily way, the old man is moving towards the boy. Now he is dropping his hands on his shoulders and he was calling him Salim. The startled means surprised. The boy was surprised. And because someone is calling him, so the boy was surprised and he turned and looked up his master. He rose to his feet clumsily. Clumsily means in a careless way. He started to see the feet of his old master, the hammer and chisel still in his hand. So these both things are there in his hand. Now Salim, the old man, searched for words. Now the old man don't have any words to express. So he is telling, I wanted to help. So whispered the boy. Oh, now the Salim is telling to the old man, I wanted to help you, but he was not able to speak few words to the old man. I will learn if you teach me, Master Ji. Now he is asking his master that if you teach me, I will learn how to do the stone carving. So I have practiced secretly for almost 2 years in a quarry. So he is telling to his master, that is, he is telling the truth. I have been practicing this stone carving work for past 2 years in the quarry. Quarry means a deep pit from which stone is extracted. So that quarry, we call it as a deep pit. So he is telling that I was learning when I'm there in that small pit. Okay, that is quarry. Please tell me, for many years I want to become a sculptor like you, but it proved too strong. So I thought that nothing in this world will give me the happiness except the work of a sculpture. So now the small boy is telling, Master Ji, kindly help me. You teach me how to become a sculpture and I want to become a stone carver. So, stone carver, we all know it is a person who is doing the carving, that is, he is creating many shapes out of the stone. So, now he is requesting his master, would you please teach me, Master Ji? The old man pulled the boy's head against his shoulder and he started to tell, there is nothing I can teach you, my son, beta. You have it in your hands and in your art. Now the old man is telling that you have whatever you have in your hands, that is the chisel and the hammer, that shows how much interest you have towards this work. And also you have that heart to show the interest towards the work. I know you will be one of the country's finest stone carvers. So now he is telling that you are going to become one day you're going to become a finest stone carvers in the country. Okay, so this is a very good story, and we know now, and we come to know the moral of the story is, that is, we have to proceed our ancestors work or the job that they are carrying it over the years and years traditionally. So whatever the work may be, okay, whatever the interest may be, so as a generation we have that responsibility to carry over the job that has been continued from generation to generation, and it is our duty to take this work to our next generation and teach them, and we have to learn it completely and we have to teach them for the next generation. So nowadays if you see, the stone carving work is getting reduced because the modern generations are not continuing their ancestor work. So it is necessary that they learn that job and they continue their job and they take it to the next level or for the next generation. And also, whatever the work we are doing, we have to show a complete interest towards the work. Then only we can succeed in our work. That is with the complete heart and also with complete interest. If we are going to do the work is going to be succeeded. That is the moral of this story, and this is a wonderful story. You read it once so that you will understand the story completely. Hope you all understood this particular prose part. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.